What's up, my friends? We have gathered for magical news roundup action. I am still very much sick, so yeah. I got my 3 different beverages here. I got my Kool-Aid. I got peppermint tea and a fat mug of water on top of the humidifier going. So hopefully it's gonna be all right. Let me share the live stream link in the Discord first things first. But yeah, after talking about that magic news today, I'm like, I got a lot of other things that have kind of built up, and most of it is about Thunder Junction, but there's some other stuff on my list too. We're just gonna blow it out the pipes, yo. Okay, here we go. Oh yeah, I also got I got the rest of my supplies too. So we're good. I've already blasted through one box of these. I'm gonna put this one over here, and I got a backup one in case I need it. So we're good that way. I got my notepad full of subjects. I got my phone here too because there's just a bunch of ongoing stuff, especially with Arena when it comes to Thunder Junction that we're gonna talk about. Here, hold on. That stuff's all right. Okay, so let's do our hellos to start off with. Who do we got in here? What up? Gossett, Jess, Rain, Gerthulu, Teferi, Shelton, Zircon, Error, Joe, Breakstop, Duck, Broccoli. Who else do we got in here? Cosmic, Jugglum, Clayton, Millmaster, Tannhauser, Yamakoro, Potts, Justin, Rich, oh, the screen just jumped. Hold on. James, Brent, Loco, Sum, Kurt, Octopus, Eng, Kitsune, Stomp, Ned. Oh, Ned with the super chat. Evening, brother, and all of you friends. Hope you're feeling better and on the mend. Well, thanks, man. I do feel like I am getting better. I am still definitely sick. This sickness has been the most snotty sickness that I feel like I've ever had. Maybe I have had like one in the past that was worse, but bro, the gork coming out of my body, I'm like, how I feel like I'm losing my entire body mass in gork every day. And I think it was yesterday where I just breathed wrong and my nose spasmed ganked down my shirt. I'm like, come on, man. Come on, bro. Oh, I gotta actually put the I messed up yesterday. I realized at the end of the stream that who was it? It was like Garrett. Garrett was Lord of the Board, but I got distracted by Shelly's super chat, and I put him up there with the $2 super chat instead of Garrett, the rightful Lord of the Board. I put him in the box of glory, so it's all good, but it is funny. What up, Axcana? Okay. Yeah, we said all our hellos. That part's good. Let's see here. Broccoli. So with an aging audience for Magic, an ever-increasing barrier of entry, insane levels of power creep, the IP losing all identity, and a parent company constantly demanding more, is Hope dead? I don't know if Hope is dead per se, but like I know yesterday I was talking about more of a message of hope. I don't know, man. New management coming in makes it look like it's gonna get bumpy and ugly for a while. So I don't know. I don't even know. It's like the universe heard that I was trying to be a bit positive, and it was like, yo, how about we take a dump in your mouth, son? This is antifreeze. This is antifreeze. What up, Bo Falcon? How goes the moistness? I'm trying to be moist as fuck, son. But We'll see how it plays out. I was talking to somebody earlier for maybe 20 minutes, and I had to keep just stopping to drink. Like, it was crazy. Well, I had my headphones in. I tried these little headphones have microphones built in, so I had them plugged into my head so I could wander around. And bro, I literally, like, mid conversation, I had this mug of water and I'm just taking huge gulps of it, trying to get my throat to stop feeling dry. And it didn't work, to the point where I had to, like, run in and turn the tap on, and I'm filling the mug up while talking and just, like, trying to drink it. Daniel says, hope is mortally wounded. Maybe we can slap a stem patch on it and keep it going, right? What up, apple sauce? How you doing? Need green Kool-Aid for the green screen. Oh, that's a cool idea, actually. Zircon, there isn't any green Kool-Aid where I am. The Kool-Aid the little Kool-Aid packets that they sell at the convenience store, I'm pretty sure are from America, because they have American measurements on them. It's like put this into a gallon or whatever it was, or quarts. And I'm like, what does this mean, bro? What does this mean? Why can't Magic go older instead of younger? Because they're not looking for just getting money in the short term. They also want to be able, they want to be able to bilk people their entire life. Plus, it's a bad look for a toy company to be aiming for old people, right? It's already got diminishing returns with the Transformers and everything else. What up, Appleseed? I'm not putting no metal in my drinks. I ain't doing that. Can you chroma key to any color? In videos, yes. On this, I think I can only chroma key to green. I think OBS only lets me chroma green, but maybe they have custom. I don't know. Justin, oh, my P.O. box? All right, buddy. That's listed in the description of every video, every live stream, or whatever. So you can grab that at your leisure, my friend, and hook me up. Yeah, Jesse, quart is almost a liter. It's useless. That's like almost isn't helpful. It's not helpful. Ned says they tried older with 30th and it failed miserably. Is that really trying older, or is that really just trying to fucking rob us? You know? I don't. Bino, what's up? Kensuke, how's it going, brother? All right, so let's see what I got on my list of things to talk about here. Let us see. All right. So in terms of Thunder Junction, the card quality has gotten worse. That is undeniable. Oh, this was funny. They did a event on Arena. The event's already over or whatever. But they did an event that involved 100 card Commander style decks. It wasn't really Commander, but it's 100 card Commander style decks. And multiple of the decks were unplayable because they didn't make them 100 cards. They made them 99 cards. So if you chose any of the unplayable decks, you just wouldn't get matched. It wouldn't tell you your deck isn't illegal. It would just leave you waiting to match up to play against somebody forever. You would never get an opponent. The hell does this say? Fox anger? What does that mean? Oh, that's right. There was this little Tempest in a Teapot going on where there's a bunch of people complaining about the sheriff card that we already talked about, the stupid flavor text, where it's like, you own an idea. You know what I'm talking about? You guys remember that? So that sheriff has like a hat made out of a fox. And there was people online going, this isn't okay because of fur farms? And it's just like, well, first of all, this is like the Wild West. So like people trapped and ate animals and made clothing out of their gear. And secondly, if you want to bring the real world into it, then why aren't you worried about all the murder that's happening, right? And if you really boil it down to the stupid flavor that Wizards tries and pretends, you're not even summoning up these actual people. You're summoning up constructs. So that sheriff that you're summoning up, that's a construct. It's not a real person according to their stupid like retcon lore garbage. So it's kind of funny to watch people getting upset that there's like a fox hat. And there was a bunch of people going on about it. Obviously, the majority of people were just going, "You're being stupid. What are you even talking about?" Right? So I noted that down because it was funny. What do we got after that? Doctor Who Secret Lair. So the Doctor Who Regeneration Secret Lair, the bonus card's pissing people off because it's just a crappy sonic screwdriver. So in that secret lair, you get the 14th Doctor, you get the 14th Doctor's companion, you get the 15th Doctor. So they thought, well, you'll get the 15th Doctor's companion as the bonus card. Nope, you get a different artwork sonic screwdriver. And the sonic screwdriver is in 3 of the Doctor Who decks. So it's already a pretty common item. But the flavor text they gave for it as well is just some generic crap. It's not stuff from the show or anything like that. So they're just like, what is this? They're really messing up with the Universe Beyond stuff in a number of ways with the bonus card action. Like that Grima Wormtongue from the Lord of the Rings, where not only was it a crappy choice, but it was misprinted too. Like, that's funny. People thought they were going to get Ruby Tuesday. Logically, I can see why. And they didn't, and they're unhappy, right? Some, you bought that one? That sucks, bro. So yeah, there's the Doctor Who regeneration stuff. Okay. Now we're going to talk about a bunch of Thunder Junction arena issues. So on the Mastery Pass, there's a bug where instead of 4,000 gold, it only has 2,000 gold in total on the Mastery Pass, which is funny. I don't even know, like, I don't understand how when you're just doing something you've done before, you can screw it up, but they found a whole bunch of ways to screw things up. It's amazing. Golbez, what big problems is Thunder Junction causing? That's what we're talking about. So yeah, the 2,000 gold. Then you have, you know how they put the big scorecards into Thunder Junction packs. Well, apparently they have made them insanely rare. So instead of like it replacing a slot in each pack, if you are not doing drafts, you are not going to get the big score. Like, I'm going to tell you a number of booster packs, and I want you guys to guess how many big scorecards people got out of it. The answer isn't 0, okay? So it's not 0. I wouldn't set it up this way if it was. But imagine you opened 200 boosters. Imagine you opened 200 Thunder Junction Arena boosters. How many big score mythics would you expect to see in that, right? Like, the big score is just mythic. So how many big scorecards out of 200 packs, what's your guess? How many do you think it is? Go ahead and give your guesses. Obviously, I've given you a bit of an advantage in the guesswork by telling you that the skew is insane. So we got some guesses. What do we got? We got a guess of 2, 4, 8, another 4, 20, 75 to 95, 7, 13, 1. All right, we're all over the map. We're all over the map here. Now, if someone was to ask me, how often do you think a big scorecard shows up? I'd say what? Maybe 1 out of every 10 packs, something like that? Maybe, or more frequently, whatever, right? I would have guessed, if you put that question to me, I would have guessed 20, right? Like 20. So, the answer is 2. The answer is 2. You nailed it, Felonious T. You were bang on, buddy. And Clayton, you got it as well. 2 big scorecards out of like 200 packs, man. So I can't be certain whether they screwed up and that's not supposed to be the payout with the boosters, but I didn't see any notification or anything from them saying, hey, we messed up this distribution. So they've made the big scorecards like impossibly difficult to acquire. And when I pull up the phone and go through the Arena Reddit thread, there's a bunch of that stuff too. So yeah, it's basically like roughly 1 in 100 packs, which is insane. It's insane. So there's a bunch of weird stuff where I don't understand what they're doing. Where if you don't know how Arena works, whenever a new set comes out, it resets your 3 daily quests. These are the ones that give you a nice chunk of gold. They'll say something like, play 20 black spells, and you get 500 gold. And you get one of those a day, but when a new set comes out, what they do is they auto like basically refresh, and they give you 3 daily quests all in one go, which I really like because you start your new mastery pass and you can be like, boom, I get 3 different quests. That's a level and a half. And they reset the weekly quest too. So you can build up a number of levels right out of the gate. But for some ungodly reason, when they do the reset, when they set this all up, you get the quests 3 hours before the mastery pass switches. And what that means is the previous mastery pass has ended. And the levels that you gain or whatever, if you gain levels during that 3-hour window, you get no progress on the mastery pass. None of it. So basically, if you end up like logging in and you finish those quests within your 3-hour window, you're host. You don't get progress on the previous mastery pass. You don't get progress on the new mastery pass. So I have no, like, why would you do that? Why would you do that? Juglum, you think it's a test? It's Arena. I don't think it's a test. I think it's just straight up skis to try and get people to have to use more mythic wildcards and make the booster pack. Like, they didn't originally plan for the big score to be in there, right? The big score was going to be its own separate Arena thing. It was going to be a whole different set that would require you to buy a mastery pass and everything else. So they have to find a way to reconfigure the monetization to make that work, right? Booster alchemy, we can change distribution on the fly. That's what I wonder. If they did screw it up, would they change it later? And what does that mean for people who already opened the packs? They're hosed. Like, if like people spent either hundreds of thousands of gold or, I don't know, 100, 150 bucks of real money to get hosed on that level. That's insane. That's insane. Can you get a big score as a random card from a victory? Every day, that's a great question. The answer is actually yes. I was playing today, and I was genuinely surprised that as a reward, so for the 15 daily quests that you have, sometimes you get an uncommon card, right? It'll go gold, uncommon card, gold, uncommon card, gold, uncommon card. And every once in a while, it'll upgrade one of those uncommons to something better. Well, today, it upgraded one of my uncommons to a Lotus Ring. And I saw that, and I'm like, yo, if these big cards are as scarce as they're saying, because I haven't opened to any Thunder Junction packs at all, but there's multiple people corroborating this. But if that's the case, then I scored pretty decent just getting that mythic one right there. Levi, the president's resignation comes days after confidential quarterly earnings reported to the board of directors. 100% fired because of the epic fail of Karlov sales. What's Karlov, bro? I only know Markov Manor, son. What's this Karlov you're talking about? This is Markov Manor. Don't get it twisted. It's funny how triggered some people get by that. Like me calling it Markov Manor and a bunch of people calling it Markov Manor. Some of the people who are getting upset about it are genuinely autistic. I'm not saying that in an insulting way. I'm just saying it in a, they're not able to handle what's going on because they don't get the joke of calling it Markov Manor. So I've had a bunch of people get angry at me over it, and other people go, "Oh, how can you call yourself the Magic historian?" It's like, yeah, no, I still know a ton about the game, so what are you going to do? What are you going to do, right? Daniel going with the same thing I said. That's funny. But you were thinking about this today. How does Arena make money? In your perspective, you spent $20 up front and have gone infinite ever since. Well, I mean, you just covered it right there. In one way, is that you gave them some money for nothing. You gave them money for no cards, right? But the real answer is you have no idea. You have no idea the way that Arena functions. There's a bunch of people who spend a bunch of money on it. They'll spend $50 buying 50 boosters, 50 actual dollars buying 50 actual boosters. Rolling free play is not as easy as it seems. Especially if you're not interested in draft. If you don't like to draft, free play can be a real like knob jockey. And you only can earn, if you're lucky, maybe 1,500 gold a day. So there's a lot of people who just like blow that on buying a pack, blow through their wild cards, and they want to build a deck. So they just like buy what they want. They're playing a game and enjoying themselves. So if you're just thinking from the perspective of somebody who owns physical Magic cards, you're like, yo, this is a skis. Why would I go for that? But think about it. Like, if somebody came up to you and said, you have to financially procure 4 Sheoldreds, and that's all they said to you. You have to financially get 4 Sheoldreds, the new one, right? And that's all they said. Which is the smart way to do it? Are you going to physically buy the cards for $80 to $90 a pop? Or are you going to spend, what is it, $10 to get 4? I don't know what the prices are. I don't know what Wizards sells wild cards for because I don't pay attention to it. But you can get 4 Sheoldreds for what, like $6? Something like that? Something like that? I don't know what the exact rate is. But, like, if you go to Arena first, paper Magic is what seems like a fucking scam, bro. It's over $200 for okay. So, you can spend $200 to get a booster box with 36 packs. Or you can spend $200 and get 200 packs to play anytime you want and whatever. Plus get a bunch of bonus wild cards and things and craft what you want. Plus Arena has a bunch of free events. So there are people who play free-to-play games and decide that it's worth putting their money into. The number of people you'll see when a new set comes out having not just the Mastery Pass, but the sleeves and other things that you can only buy. There's a lot of people putting the money into it. Certain in 48 packs you got 10 big scorecards. Well, that is definitely contradictory to the information that I have found in multiple locations. So, did you open them today? Or was that yesterday? Applesauce 130 Mythic Wildcard. If you have Arena open, go into the store, scroll all the way over to the right side, and see how much it costs to specifically buy wildcards directly. Gerthulu, yeah, there's people who spend crazy money on games. Absolutely. Dominic says, I'm canceling my subscription because you keep saying Markov Manor. The integrity of the Magic lore is more important than your immature humor. Listen, man, like, reading your nonsense makes me want to just let the sickness take me away. I just want to give into the illness and let it consume me. So, if you guys see that I'm dead tomorrow, it's because of Dominic. Justin, you've dropped $200 on Arena since it began. There you go. I have spent nothing on Arena because I like free playing and I'm totally like paper player entrenched. So for me, the digital stuff is fun to play with, but not to pay with. You feel me? Of course, I am good enough at playing the game and also have a particular way of playing that makes it easier for me. I'm not interested in building the hottest new standard decks, especially when a set comes out. Like, for example, with Thunder Junction, what I'm doing is I have a 250 card green deck, and as I open packs and get cards for it, I'll put them in. I haven't even been spending, like, I did once I booted Arena up, like, a few months ago or whatever, I spent some of the wild cards I had to play catch up, picking up certain cards I thought would be cool for my deck. But like that, I've still got tons and tons of wild cards. So, but what I normally do is I'll just play win packs, open them, and whatever I get in there, I'll just put into my deck bit by bit. I don't need to have an optimized 4 of everything. Felonious Tea, it's 20 for 4 mythics. Okay, so for a set of 4 Shield Druids will cost you $20. Whereas in let me see here. I'm gonna pick from a random. Oh, come on. All right, hold on. Shieldred is what? 100 US? What? Okay, well, whatever. I said I was just going to use a random website, so it might be slightly lower than that, but whatever. We'll use the big impressive numbers. $100 is 1 Shieldred. You can get a playset of 4 for 20% of that, right? So like I've heard from my buddy who runs the game store that people will come in after playing Arena and they'll be like, I want to build the deck that I play on Arena. And he'll tell them like, okay, well, what do you want? And he's like, I play with Shieldred. And it's like, that'll be like $80-$90 a pop. You know what I mean? So for pure gameplay, Arena is cheaper. It's cheaper overall. But once you're bought into paper and whatever else, it's not an exact 1-to-1, but I can see why people spend their money on certain. Oh, you're talking about paper boosters? I was talking about arena boosters. Okay, then your ratio's fine. The ratio in paper boosters is not what we're discussing. That's more normalized. I'm talking about specifically arena boosters. You made me really doubt my numbers, but then I was like, there's multiple instances of people reporting this, and there's no pushback, so I can't see that being the case. But I was just like, what's going on? Justin, got no LGS near you, so Arena's your only Magic fix. That's another way that people have to go with, right? Ultimately, where it's like, if you don't got a store. Nature, yep, there's a bunch of people who opt to proxy things in this situation because the cost of physical cards is crazy as well, right? Jess, you know a guy spending $1,000 a month or more on cards? Like friends of mine, when a new set comes out, they buy, even with the new stuff, booster box, collector box. They just did it with the Fallout stuff, you know? It's crazy. And you know, I'll be real, if I had like crazy amounts of money, I would too. Because I love Magic. And I've seen people go like, you know, people buying this stuff is part of the problem. And that is in one way a fair argument, but at the same time, life ain't easy and people get enjoyment out of this stuff. So where do you peg it, right? Like over my lifetime, I spent a whole bunch of money on de Gurnges. Oh, you know what I mean? And so when you look at that, other people can easily see that as a waste. But I got enjoyment out of it for my money, so I didn't feel like it was a waste. The same kind of like my friends who buy the Magic or whatever, some of them aren't smokers. They spend their money in different ways. I don't smoke anymore, but that's just an example that value is a relative concept. And Magic is most assuredly overpriced, but I don't know. I don't know. I hope that you get what I'm saying. I feel like my mind's a little muddled up because I'm sick, so sometimes I'm not sure if I'm losing the train of what I'm saying. It made making the video today challenging. I was worried that I wasn't even going to be able to make it through the video. And I was also worried that I wouldn't be coherent enough for people to really understand the points I was trying to make. But the news was too big to wait, right? Dominic, calm down. People aren't going to stop buying Magic, buddy. Look, man, I want all the Magic. I want all the Magic. Zircon made me a giddy little girl now that I got to open some booster packs. I love Magic. I want more people to send the game store that I go to money so that I can get more Magic, even if it does mean I'll get bombarded with more loots. Every day, I think that's what your mom does to you. Where's the clearance sales? They're, I mean, Amazon dumps, right? Although we don't really get those in Canada. Also, nature, just so you know, you don't have to say darn here. This is you're allowed to say all the naughty words here. So you can say where are the fucking clearance sales, or where are the damn clearance sales. Even if you're religious and you think that God's going to get upset about the swearing, this is one of those, what is it called? I don't remember the term. But like, you know, when the Pope just gives you absolution under certain circumstances, I got a deal. I got a deal where you can do whatever you want. Anything you do in the streams isn't ungodly automatically. So, Golbez, where's loot? Oh, well, I'm holding them for hostage. Where's the money? You want to see your precious loot? Where's the money? Chihuahua, I swore on YouTube. Prove it, you fuck. Certain Mike says, I've lost so much stuff that was downloaded when the page and app went away. I don't need to worry about with paper. I feel you. When MTGO came along, I was just like, why would I do this? Like, why would I pay for this when I have physical cards? Like, that's stupid. But see, Arena lets me free play, and I just enjoy playing Magic. And like, I can get a free draft every fucking week for infinity. And I remember when I was angry over Magic, and there was that, like, I'm quitting, and some of you guys remember that a long time ago, that period of a month and a half where I wasn't involved with Magic. Well, when I decided that I wanted to, well, when I realized the truth that I had no interest in quitting Magic, I was just incredibly frustrated with the company. I wanted to play Magic that day, and so I played Magic at like 3 in the morning on Arena. It's super convenient. It's super convenient. What up, VT? How you doing? How you doing? Yeah, it's some kind of super chats of indulgence. Plenary indulgence. It's something like that. Wasn't that, what was that? That movie Dogma? Break stop. Yeah, that's it, man. All these people can do all this stuff, but you just get nailed for swearing, right? Hey, there you go, nature. You just want your fucking praetors. All right. VT, do you have brain damage? Or do you just not listen to what I say in videos? Like, for real. Do you just not pay attention to what I say in the fucking videos? Yeah, the intro to my last YouTube video wasn't as boisterous. I wonder if that has to do with the fact that I'm sick, you fucking numpty, and that I said it right in the beginning of the fucking video. This is... Nobody listens to me. Nobody listens to me. It's like, what, do you only fucking hear every second or third word? It's like I'm talking to myself here. Come on, man. I went out of my way to say that I was sick, bro. Can't you fucking hear it? I got 3 drinks. I got the... Oh, look what you're doing to me, man. Come on. Come on. It's all good. I'm obviously not that upset, but for real, fuck you, dude. Like, it happens all the time. It happens all the time where I say shit in videos and then people will be like, and I'll just be like, why are you doing this? Like, you didn't do it in a snotty way, but people will make snotty fucking comments to me. And I'll be like, you think this is like some kind of got you or you're telling me so moment, but I said that in the video, you fucking moron. So why are you talking to me like this? Paying ahead for sin exemption. Hey, Daniel, these business models work. I'll absolve your sins for money. I will do that. I will do that. Damien, you think Magic would be more effective and widespread if packs were $4? I'll be real. The price increases to some degree wouldn't stick in my craw the same way. If card quality wasn't down across the board, the game wasn't power crept to hell, card design wasn't like out of control. All of it. You know? What up, Macias? You listened? Nice. Nice. Aaron, I don't need. Do you know what the word need means? I don't need spicy soup. You need to suck my dick. How about that? How about that? It's good for you. It's good for your cough, man. I'll rub some fucking habanero peppers into my fucking dick hole, and you can I don't know, tongue it out. That'll cure your cold. Fucking WebMD motherfucker. Dominic, yeah, no, that's true. You should go lock yourself in your jail cell. VT says, don't worry. You can abuse me all you want. I know you have a good heart. It's all just roasting and fun, right? You know I'm not actually upset. Kenzuki, you only buy magic packs made before 1998. Bro, even sets that I bag on, I still want to open them. I still want cards. I like opening booster packs. I like magic cards. I can't help myself. Well, I guess I could, but I don't want to. I don't want to. Juggle them. Yeah, I hope I get better soon. The Barks withdrawal is getting me. What up, ape? Aaron, you're a Mexican doctor. I'm sure you are. Put some onions in your sock. Carly worked with a lady who said that when you're sick, put an onion under your bed and it'll draw the sickness out of you. And I told her to tell that lady that she did it, and she found a black onion under the bed afterwards. And the lady believed it. Like, that's so funny. That's so funny. Damien, you missed the old days of Magic when there was more variety. I feel you. I feel you on that. Macias, fun story. Your friends rubbed habanero on their nipples and regretted life. Good. Idiots. Do something. Play, what is it? Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Dumb fiery nip idiots. Hey, VT says, here's for the healing. Go buy yourself some medicine. Thanks, buddy. You're the new lord of the board. What up, Devin? How you doing? Hey, Carly says, oh my god, that lady. The sickness is in the onion. Yup, that's what it was. The sickness is in the onion. What a fucking fool. What an idiot. Like, if that worked, like, we wouldn't all do that. You know, you'd already know. Because you'd be like, that's how they cured me when I was a kid. Nah, my mom didn't give me chicken noodle soup and crackers and stuff. She shoved an onion under my bed. You know? It's ridiculous. That's Dr. Lord of the Board. That's funny. Oh, yeah. I still got a few more items on my list from the arena problems. So, Wizards broke Arena hardcore when they released Thunder Junction. Do you like playing best of 3? You know how best of 3 uses sideboards? Guess what? Can't get into your sideboards. Can't change your sideboards. Can't use your sideboards. Do you like playing other games like the starter deck stuff and you don't want to play Thunder Junction or whatever? Guess what? Can't. Won't match you. Won't match up. You'll sit there waiting minute after minute after minute. It happened to me. I went to play the little soldier deck because I'm like, all right, they gave me a goal. Play white cards. I went to play my soldier deck. 2 minutes. 3 minutes. I'm like, what the hell's going on? Look into it, find out, oh, matchmaking's broken. Brilliant. But it goes further than that. Matchmaking was broken for the brand new Ixalan Quick Draft. So there's pictures out there of people who have paid to enter into the Quick Draft, drafted their cards, and then tried to play, can't get a match. These are limited time events that you paid for. And you literally can't play in the event. You literally can't play. Right? That's wild. But you're thinking to yourself, well, then I would just get into the Thunder Junction action. Well, I hope you get like getting robbed a part of your prize support because, oh, did it say you're supposed to win 3 packs? It gave you 2. People have to file tickets to support to go, hey, I didn't get the payout it said I was going to get. So yeah, there's a bunch of events you couldn't play in. It's ridiculous, man. Eclipse, you like playing Helldivers too? I've heard good things about that one. Okay. Oh, this is a fun one. Wizards, this isn't a bug. This is just a side effect of Wizards' choices and how people act on Arena. So they have a number of, you know how they have the emotes? They have emotes and stickers and stuff. So they made some new emotes, and it's like you're gonna pull out your pistol. 1, 2, 3, draw. So because it says 1, 2, 3, draw, what people are doing is they're setting stops on their opponent's draw phase. So normally, when you're playing Game of Magic, it'll flow through a number of different phases, and it'll stop at particular places, like your main phase, attack, that kind of stuff. But people are intentionally setting the stop, telling Arena stop during each of this guy's draw phase, and then they just click 1, 2, 3 draw emote every single time. So on top of all the waiting you have to do on Arena normally for your opponent to click on the button for you to keep going, now they're adding in extra steps. Just going 1, 2, 3 draw. It's it's so funny. It's so funny. Damien, Mattel, what are you talking about? It's Hasbro, buddy. It's Hasbro. So in the patch notes, this is just a fun note. This isn't actually a problem. Somebody caused Arena to crash by taking Kami of Transmutation to turn a battle card into an artifact card. Then, once it was an artifact card, they make the artifact into a creature card. Then, once this artifact battle has been turned into a creature, they use Arcane Adaptation to make it a particular creature type. Then, Roaming Throne with that creature type. And then they remove the counters from the battle. And that caused the whole thing to crash. And it says, I guess mostly I'm hoping this was curiosity and not malice. That's just a fun little developer note there. That made me chuckle. Okay, so what else was there? Oh, here's the I regret entering the Ixalan draft. And you can see it currently waiting. I don't know if you guys will be able to see it, but look at that. 11:20. You pay to get into a draft. How much time do you have to sit and play in the draft in the first place? And the Lost Caverns of Ixalan draft is apparently a highly rated one. Oh, here's another one. So specifically in French, decimate. There's the text. So if you have decimate, this is what you get. Just a bunch of W's. What else? Is the sideboard bugged? Why does it only show this? Yes, it is. What else was there? People having network connection issues. They can't get on. Can't see their sideboard. The LCI draft wait times. Is Thunder Junction's limited format abysmal, or is it just me? And that's along the lines of there's way too many rares. There's way too many powerful bombs in there. Pack opening on Arena's become a mess, and Wizards has moved the goalposts. So this one, they're talking about how the economy progressed in a good way, but now it's backsliding. Big scorecards, despite being standard legal, are not guaranteed to show up in mythic packs or gold packs. If you have the full set's worth of mythics, you can either get a big scorecard or 40 gems. So even if you have every mythic from the set, the regular set, and you buy specific mythic boosters, which are only supposed to kick out mythic rares, you're supposed to have duplicate protection, right? So it'll go, well, you've got all 4 of every other mythic, so now you automatically get a big scorecard. But it will still just randomly generate as if it was any mythic rare from the set. And if it's not a big scorecard and you already got the mythic, they just give you 40 gems for your booster pack or for your mythic pack. And mythic packs are what? Like 250 to 300 gems a piece? So you're basically losing, what, 75, 80% of your gems a go? That's insane. Breaking news cards, like all bonus sheets before it, are not guaranteed in your pack, even if you have the entirety of Thunder Junction. It's basically attempting to make it harder for free-to-play players to collect the sets. They like the concept of we're free to play, but they really want to frustrate you into paying. Will they fix quick draft? There's so many people talking about that. Is it normal to have a 10-minute queue for starter deck duels? Absolutely not. That was so frustrating. Can't play the cards I got from Thunder Junction packs? Oh, this guy's just not able to figure out where they are. That's nothing. That's just somebody not understanding the interface. Let's see. That's probably the majority of it. Anyone else experience a lack of text in Arena post update? Is this a bug? Ah! The cards are all missing their names. The cards are missing their names. They're all missing their titles. Good Lord. How do you add in a set and break everything? Like, how do you do that? How do you do that? Here we go. I just opened 188 packs and got 2 big scorecards. I opened 50 and got no big scorecards. 50 booster packs, no big score. Yeah, people are like, what? You don't have 120 mythic wild cards to complete this set? So yeah, they're not duplicate protected when you get 4 times mythics from the main set. In paper, it's 1 big card per 5.4 packs. So basically, it's like 1 out of every 5 to 6 packs in paper will have a big scorecard. But like maybe 1 out of 100 on Arena will? It's so skeezy, bro. Especially since they upgraded a bunch of them to mythics when they weren't. You know, like there's that one green one. I don't remember what the hell it's called. Horn of Garbage. It's like 1 green and 2. And it's like a mana rock or something like that. And it gives you life 1 time a turn when you cast a spell. It's crap, man. It's crap. Let's see here. See, I don't know if it's a bug or not. But even if it is, I'm not going to fix it. So, whatever, right? More complaints about network errors. The midweek magic decks are awful. Mine turned out great, actually. I got really good jumpstart packs for the midweek jumpstart event. My red-green deck is really strong. It beat most of the people I played. Okay, I don't think there's... Yeah, I think we covered the majority of it here. There might be 1 or 2 more things tucked in there, but I mean that's more than enough problems, right? You don't need that many problems to begin with. Oh man. Daniel, yup, that's true. I do say that about a lot of things Wizards does now. It's so skeezy. I mean, I guess you could just record me saying it and just play it whenever you want, and that would be like the equivalent of what's going on, right? So yeah, the like it's all lipstick rarity now, where it's not based on at least in the old, like in the beginning, at least mythic cards felt mythic. Now they don't feel mythic a lot of the time. They just feel like why is this a mythic? Just because we say so. It's like, okay, you know. Yeah, you know what, Joe? I saw people complaining about that, saying that some of the themes were based on committing crimes, and there wasn't enough crime inflicting cards. So you'd just be like, okay. Mine was just red green, get out 4 power creatures, and keep punching your opponent in the dick. So it worked out pretty well. That worked out pretty well. VT, you're right that they're flooding commanders. There's like 50. There's 50 legendaries. There's 50 legendaries, and like they also ski stuff where the more powerful uncommons will show up less frequently because of track printing. There's all these little tweaks they do, but they want you to think that anytime you open a pack, you have an equal chance of getting all these different things, and you don't. You don't. It's stacked against you. The house always wins, right? All right, hold up. Hold up. I gotta go and fluid release. So let's go. Let's go with that intermission song.
Scrolling through my feed, looking for a good time. Hatcher on YouTube, dropping truth and rhyme. Passion for magic, he's playing the cards right. Live stream so funny, keeping us up all night. Waking up early, smelling bacon in the air. Gotta start the day with a savory fare. Evening rolls around, time to chill and unwind. Tune in for chill streams where relaxation you'll find. Come hang out, let's battle for Lord of the Board. Hatcher's got the insights, he's got us all aboard. In the world of magic, the gathering, he's a master and a guide. So let's talk MTG and take the ride. So let's talk MTG and take the ride.
All right. I am back. More liquids. They must flow. Beano, the sounds AI. It is. DJ Longhair was using some AI stuff to goof about and make it, and he sent it over, and I thought it was fun. So I just slapped it together with the Magic 30th intro that I already had kicking around, and it seemed to mesh half decently. So until I get something else sorted out, that's going to do it for now. It's fun. Oh, man. I wish I wasn't sick anymore, guys. I don't see any change coming to the commanderification of Magic anytime soon. Look at how much they're leaning on it for, like, Modern Horizons. Modern Horizons 3, right? They got commander decks with it. Because, like, you won't pay us enough for the modern decks. It's like, fuck you. You can print these cards. We're not willing to give up that much secondary market value. Fuck you, you greedy pieces of shit. Go fuck yourself. Drives me crazy. Like, we don't do that anymore. We're not willing to give you a deck where you're not paying basically like full price for a lot of stuff. You can eat our bag. Oh, you know where Thunder Junction's failing in paper? Is the commander decks. These commander decks are chug and dong, bro. There's only one that's any good, and the rest aren't worth anybody's time. Did I notice you don't get all 6 orbs for the free mastery? They've always done that. They've always done that. Like, or at least, I don't know, for a couple years now. Where, yeah, you can't do even one complete color path. It's so skis, man. The mastery pass has a bunch of skis built into it. You should buy levels. What? I paid $20 for this? Yeah, but you also have to play every day or else you might not hit the levels. So you should spend money to buy the levels. It's like, you're out of your mind. You're out of your mind. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Yeah, exactly. Millmaster, they want to sell these premium commander decks for like 150 bones. American, like a piece. And then they have the glib, you wouldn't be willing to pay what the modern decks are. Fuck you. Like you can't even use the argument that modern's a stable format that doesn't have rotation and the value of your cards will stay the same because Wizards is pulling value from every angle. It's a big fucking scam now, man. It's a big scam. Yeah, they've become so insanely greedy now. It's not about providing any kind of value at all. At all. It's just how can we skis people? It's really frustrating. MG, actually, you totally can easily get 1,000 gold a day. So I feel you that they do a bunch of skis bag stuff, but that's not one of them. If you win your first game of the day, you get like 250 gold, right? And then the next 2 wins or 3 wins each give you 100 gold. That's 550. If you do your daily goal, that's at least 500 gold. You can easily hit 1,000. And like, that's totally doable. But they do all kinds of skis bag stuff, like the free gem days, where it's like, oh, it's free gem day. Oh, so you're just gonna deposit gems to my account? Whoa, 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 hold on. Free gems cost 1,500 gold. What? Yeah, it's 1,500 gold. Oh, I thought it was free gem day. Well, it's free gem day if you buy the gems with gems. So I already have to have gems. The idea behind free gem day isn't free gem day. It's, look, you don't want to miss out on these gems, so you should probably buy some gems. And then this is like bonus gems. You can't build enough resources in a day to buy the gems on free gem day. You can't get the 1,500 gold to buy the gems. You can't earn 1,500 gold in a day. You can't. Well, no, hold on. Hold on. Let me just write this down. Let me think about this. So if you have a 750 gold goal, if that's the daily quest, and then you get 250 gold for your first win, plus 100 gold for your next 3 wins, that's 1,300. So you still need 200 more. And then, is it 5 wins? Am I messing this up? I know you can get 1,000 gold in a day. I might be messing this up. But then it cuts down to 50 a win, then 25. I don't think you can get to 1,500. Eclipse, if you want to know about proxies, check out the most recent video on this channel. I actually reviewed proxies, and they gave me a link that, I don't know if it's, hold on, let me see. How long has it been since I put it out? Yeah, I don't know if that link still will give you a discount or not, but I did a whole video talking about proxies and all that stuff, man. Eric, correct. Gems are the real money of Arena, and you always spend gold wherever possible. So I currently have 11,000 gems in my account because I just bought the Thunder Junction Mastery Pass with 3,400 of them. But I've gotten up to having 20,000 gems at some points because you can just win them from drafting. And I'm not exactly a slouch when it comes to that stuff. VT, I know, right? It's a crazy price. It's a crazy price, but it'll have some new gimmicks that'll make people want it, right? VT Arena is the most bloated and buggy client. It's funny with not Thunder Junction, not Markov Manor, but the set before it. I ended up getting really annoyed with Arena and uninstalling it. But I've just been having a good time. I've been having fun playing on Arena every day for months now. I've been playing on Arena every single day and having a good time every single day and not spending a penny. Hey, what up, Alan? How you doing, brother? Otmar, Thunder Junction is overrated. Really? I don't know about that part, man. I haven't heard a lot of people crowing about how it's the best, but maybe you look in different places than I do. I agree with you that the flavor is not where it should be. This is not what, like, normal Magic is. I was explaining it to somebody today, saying, like, imagine a world where it's uninhabited and nobody lives here, and people come from all these different worlds, and instead of bringing their modern culture and technology, they build rickety wooden buildings and they all wear cowboy hats and stuff. And he's just like, what? Why? I'm like, there's no reason for it. There's no logic to it. Slush art with cowboy hat pasted on. Absolutely. Absolutely. Same thing they did with Markov Manor. Thankfully, when it comes to Bloomborough, you can't really do the hatification thing. So it's just going to be a bunch of slush art they had kicking around to animals and things like that, along with art they commissioned for it. So that'll be better. Zircon says it's like landing on Mars and building a Wild West town. Yeah, absolutely. You got people who come from Capenna, Kaladesh. They have highly advanced, like, buildings, you know? So they know how to build this stuff. And yet they don't build it on Thunder Junction. And they also all abandon the weaponry they normally use to get Thunder Blasters, which are who knows what? Who makes them? Who made the Thunder Blasters? How do you harness thunder? Where does it come from? What even is thunder? Who cares? They've got bandoliers on their chest that hold bullets in a world with no goons. And you're just like, what? What? So, like, for real, I like the gameplay of Magic. I have been enjoying playing with the Thunder Junction cards, but the flavor is wonky as hell. I have that stupid centaur who has the spurs on. Why do you have spurs? Because cowboys have spurs. No, but you don't ride a horse. You are a horse. What do you, kick yourself in the junk with this? I don't understand, man. I don't understand. MG, you get that screen bleed. You know what? Same thing happens to me when I play it on the Steam Deck. On the Steam Deck, a little bit of the screen off to the side. Like when you have the cards hovered up on the side, you don't get to see the whole thing. It's pretty annoying. Alan, you don't like spree cards? What's different about spree is just modal cards. It's the same thing as a fucking cryptic command, except you got mana cost slapped on the side. I got no problem with spree at all. None. Spree doesn't bother me. I like having options, so I dig the spree card concept. Yeah, VT, there's the power level is crazy. There's no doubt in that. There's no doubt in that. You know what, Zircon? I really like that Mars one, actually. That is a great example because you combine the absolute uninhabited concept with the technological advancements where it would make no sense for them to do this. That's great. That's great. You should be proud of that one. Spree is kicker. Yep. Spree is kicker, but it's only kicker. You can't just cast a spree spell without picking one of the kickers. But I like it. I like cards that have a lot of options. For example, Shifting Grift is going into my... Oh, I already put it in the cube. I was like, where'd it go? What happened? Like, Shifting Grift is awesome. It's like a juxtapose on crack, son. Hey, Mountain Jam. I was wondering when you were going to show up because I wanted to make sure that I said thank you, buddy. This was well timed. I know that I normally wait to open the mail in live streams, but because of how sick I was and because this felt like a book, I was like, I want to know what's in here. And I opened it up. And so I already read the first story out of this. This is great. Warhammer lore is cool, man. That first story where there's some kind of warp entity that's trying to pry this guy's secrets from him, and then eventually when it gets what it needs, like, because he won't cooperate with it, it starts to fucking tear all the memories out of his mind. It wipes away the memories of all his loved ones, all his most cherished stuff, until there's nothing left. And then it reaches into his mind and pulls out his third eye. Shit's awesome. So thanks for sending it. I didn't even know something like this existed. But it's dope. This is cool. And I like the fact that it's like red on the edges too. There's just something about it. There's something about it. This is satisfying. So yeah, I mean a lot of abilities feel the same in Magic. It's not like they can really go crazy with the design space. There's only so much you can do inside the game. So it is what it is. Mountain Jam out walking your dog? All right, well, have a good one, buddy. Oh, Hoop Dreams, man. I just threw that and it did not land in the little trash bag. Can I reach it? Yeah, all right, we're good. Yeah, the warp is crazy. I was actually talking today about Mortarion and how he was led down the path by the Chaos Gods, right? How he was originally supposed to be a savior of the Imperium, of mankind, but through the machinations of Nurgle, he ends up becoming Nurgle's greatest champion. And when his second in command convinces him, oh, look, man, I know that we lost all our navigators, and those navigators are what help us get through the warp, but if you just use your warp powers, you can guide us through safely. And so he basically tricks Mortarion. He was the guy. Mortarion's second in command killed all the navigators. And then is like, yo, let's go into the warp, bro. And they do. And when they get in there, Nurgle's like, get plagued, bitches. And he just fills Mortarion and all his troops with all the worst toxins and poisons imaginable. Stuff that only Nurgle has access to. And even though these guys are hardy, like, they're not Space Marine level. Mortarion is. He's way above it because he's a Primarch or whatever, right? But, like, you've got all these dudes who are from a poisoned planet that have superhuman resistance to all kinds of plagues and diseases and stuff. But, basically, they're laid bare by Nurgle. Their resistances mean nothing. I'm plague bearer right now. So they end up, their bodies all swell and distend, and they're all gross, oozing out jank and stuff. And the thing is, Nurgle won't let them die. He keeps them trapped in the warp, filling their body with all these different diseases as they warp and bloat in endless agony, screaming for release. And eventually, Mortarion can't take it anymore. He can't handle the pain anymore. And though he was once a good dude with good goals, he swears his soul and the souls of his men in service to Nurgle. And Nurgle turns him into a fucking demon prince. He's like, you're a demon prince now. Like, it's epic. The Plague Marines are so cool, man. They're so cool. Macias 40K channel, bro. Did you know that I did a video on the Emperor on this channel? I just, like, it's a recent video. Where is it? Yeah, it's the Emperor of Mankind is a weirdo. It's hilarious. It's only 3.5 minutes long, and it is genuinely funny as hell. So that is something that I recommend you guys check out. Med, can you ask about the redemption program? For MTGO, have I used it? I collected sets on MTGO and then I sold them to other people who then redeemed them. So redemption is a valid way to get the cards if you so choose. Eclipse, YouTube's is being weird with your super chats. Well, sorry for that, brother. Have a good one, man. Oh, yeah, I guess in the future, if you want to, just so you know, you can do it through PayPal, too. And I can read the messages. It still counts. You still get lower to the board. So if you're ever frustrated that way in the future, you can do that. Sometimes YouTube gives people problems with the super chat and stuff. And I can't say I'm a fan of that because I do like monies. Yeah, that's right. Nurgle and there is like a joyfulness about spreading the plagues and stuff, right? It's a really cool concept. Nurgle the plague god and all of it is really cool. The chaos gods are pretty cool overall. The least exciting of the chaos gods is Khorne, because it's just like, blood for the blood throne, skulls for the skull god. It's like, pile them up. That's cool, but it's not. It's too straightforward. It's too simple. Read somewhere Nurgle's the chaos god of life. It's believable. He has these followers who delight in just creating new viruses and problems and sharing them with other people, whether they want that sharing or not. Millmaster, it's making you want to fire up Rogue Trader and go full... You're going to go full heretic? Do it up, man. Do it up. Yamagoro Plague Marines were one of the first things you enjoyed discovering when you got into 40k. When I sold all my 40k models, the Plague Marines were one of the ones that I knew I was really going to miss. Certain you like the Lord of Change? Good choice. Good choice. Juglum, you like the Tau? I don't know how I feel about the Tau. I probably don't know enough of them. Probably don't know enough about them. Warhammer has a lot of cool lore, a lot of cool stuff going on with it. I really like it. Otmar, what's my favorite Magic set? Legends. Legends will always have a special place in my heart. It's too bad a lot of the cards from that set are like reserve list, so I won't be able to get them. Oh, fuck, man. Nurgle's got his claws in me, son. I just want to stop feeling sick, dude. VT, you had a Blood Bowl team called the Lords of Change? I had a Halfling Blood Bowl team. They got slaughtered. Got crushed by an undead team. They did so much damage, they ended up killing multiple members of my team, and my team actually couldn't be fielded after that. Halflings require a lot of luck and skill. And when I played back then, I didn't have much of either, so I got stomped. Millmaster says Necrons don't own planets. They just own ideas. That's funny. Oh. Oh, man. Oh, God. VT, yeah, you can easily lose your whole team to bad luck. Absolutely, man. People start laying the boots and you got nobody left. That's what happened to me. It was just like, oh, okay. Guess I'm hosed. Trying to think if there were any other news elements that I had meant to cover but haven't talked about. I don't know. Either way, I got to do another fluid dump. So enjoy this. Don't be a dink. Use my Amazon link. When Hatchet goes for a drink, book Amazon link. Don't be a bitch. You gotta scratch that itch. Bookmark that Amazon link. I got fucking bills to pay, y'all. Use my Amazon link. This is gonna take some work. Don't be a dink. Use my Amazon link. When Hatcher goes for a drink, bookmark that Amazon link. Don't be a bitch. You gotta scratch that itch. Oh, I forgot to close the door. I just realized what I said there. I'm like, oh, that makes it sound like I'm actually taking some kind of intestinal blast and my guts are all wonked up. But yeah, no, that wasn't what I meant. I just meant I need to take a leak. Calling a leak a fluid dump is like the worst. Is like probably the worst way to say it now that I think about it. OMG, the Tyranids are wild. They got like they got the ships that just are like living beings that fly through space and show up to planets, and then they just liquefy the entire. They're just like, go down there and everybody's biomass. We're just gonna eat them. We're just gonna eat them. The Tyranids are the fatty boys. They're the fatties who just want to eat. VT, you like my steel drum? Hell yeah, buddy. It's fun. I like it too. Yeah, that's true. Nurgle would definitely approve of fluid dumps. Make sure you do it in somebody's ear. Yeah, Warhammer's got some cool flavor to it. What am I trying to say? The majority of science fiction doesn't really appeal to me, but Warhammer 40k absolutely does. It absolutely does. I don't know how I can have 3 drinks that I'm constantly drinking from, and yet I can still feel dry inside. It's crazy. It's crazy. Got this thing going too, like nonstop. Just like a fucking witch's cauldron back here, you know? I had this out in the living room, and Carly didn't know it was out there. So she just looked over and saw something like this. Like, imagine you just look over and you see this. You'd think something's on fire or something. She's like, oh, okay. VT, you're interested to see how the Warhammer 40k show from Henry Cavill's going to be? Yeah. You know what? Me too. I'm curious. Yeah, McGraw, you have a little of each Xeno army except for space dwarves. All right. Yeah, I like Warhammer, man. It's got a lot to recommend it. It's gritty, and like the whole fact that the Emperor is like almost dead but not quite, because just the way he is won't allow for him to really die and like easily, so they have him on this crazy throne that's just stretching out his existence by sacrificing tons of people with psychic ability. It's wild. Warhammer's pretty sweet. I like it. And they got some really cool models. Have there ever been Warhammer 40k stories that had jokes? I don't know. I haven't read enough of it. Romance, I believe so, yeah. I mean, literally, like, in the story that I'm reading here, this guy is like the entity that's stripping the guy's memory away is like it just tears the memory of his first love away from him. So Warhammer is done in an adult fashion, so they don't shy away from adult subjects, you know? Grimdark. Yeah, that's a term I've heard specifically used for Warhammer and nothing else, actually. Orc stories have a lot of jokes. That's believable. The orcs are hilarious because their powers are weird. Like, they have make-believe powers. Like, orcs believe that vehicles painted red go faster, so they do. Like, it actually works. If they paint their vehicles faster, it goes like the placebo. The orcs have the magic of placebo effect. Whatever these guys believe, that works. And their currency is teeth because they all regrow their teeth so quickly or whatever. Their money is orc teeth, which is wild. And when enough of them get together, it creates this psychic effect. They're like locusts. Like when you only have a few, they're called grasshoppers or whatever. But when you get enough of them together, they're locusts, and then they behave differently, and they're way more of a problem. So if you get too many orcs together, then they create a psychic resonance that makes them all stronger, and they become a big threat to the universe. It's pretty funky. Yeah, Cthulhu, you're correct. Magic lore used to be like more adult, and then it's just over time become aimed at like, well, games for 13 plus, but not really. Like, if you want to play with your 4-year-olds. Orcs are too dumb to be bothered by the warp. I like that conceptually. I don't know how real that is because I don't know that much, but I do like that conceptually. Aaron, enjoying your smoker wife's neighbors yelling at each other. All right. Supposedly the whole 40k galaxy is doomed to be overrun by orcs eventually. I believe it. I believe it. Yeah, Urza does some crazy stuff in the original Magic lore. It's funny how people try and go, he's not a hero. Yeah, he is. Yeah, he is. He's a hero who's broken by what happened, and he does some very questionable things in the name of being a hero and fighting a great evil. It's funny to watch people go, I can draw parallels to what he did and stuff in the real world that I don't like, and that makes him a bad man. He's not a bad man. He's just a broken and misguided hero. He is the fucking hero, though. It's funny to see people try and say he's not. Actually, I've seen... hold on. Oh, man. Macias, you think he's no different than Iron Man? I mean, I think that Tony Stark, like, when he was basically like a warmonger or whatever, he's worse, right? He's literally selling weapons of destruction for personal enrichment. Like, Urza started out as a scholar discovering artifacts, and then started trying to help the Yotians, Kayla, and all them, his essentially his new family. All along, he was just interested in study and helping people, but the things that he came up with led to like some atrocities. So I think that Tony Stark is from the beginning he wasn't a hero. Tony Stark doesn't start out a hero. He starts out as like a profiteering scumbag, but then you respect the intellect and capability that it takes for him to get out of the situation that he finds himself in. And then from there, he starts to become a hero. So I don't feel that that's really a parallel there. But I also don't have a deep knowledge of Iron Man, and I'm only going off of the things that I've seen. Hey, if you're trying to protect a bog standard fantasy world from a cross between the Borg and Hell, you have to cross a few lines. That's it. What Urza does is awful in some circumstances, and it's fascinating as well. Like what happens when good men have to fight demons? What do? Right? Stare into the void long enough, and the void stare into the abyss long enough, and the abyss stares back into you. Right? So the Phyrexians are pure evil. What do you do to stop them? The answer is whatever it fucking takes. Whatever it fucking takes. They took his brother. They destroyed his brother. He tried to reverse time so many times to save his brother. Like Urza's driven by noble goals. He is a noble individual, and I don't really find characters that are pure good to be believable, because there's no such thing. And it's this childish insistence that, well, these people have to be morally pure and never do. It's like nobody is, though. Nobody is. Everybody's got different aspects to them. And so you rob characters of their humanity when you don't allow them to be human by saying, yeah, and some of them are going to do some messed up stuff, right? Before it was retconned, 4th edition Necron lore said they defeated the Elder? Oh, the Eldars. And the Orcs in the War of the Heavens. They were races created by the Old Ones out of desperation. Oh, all right. Combine? No, it's not Combine. Good Lord, man. Don't worry. My sick brain is struggling. Zenabini. God. Zenabini Super Chat says, I picked up a Ravnica remastered box from Best Buy. One pack was inside. I feel beyond ripped off. Was it a collector? They sell collector boosters in these boxes that are big, but there's only one pack in them. If it was a full-on booster box that's supposed to have the 36 packs or whatever, then maybe somebody bought it, took the packs out, threw one back in, and sealed it back up. So I don't know which situation you're dealing with, but there are collector boosters that are sold in an individual box, and the biggest giveaway will be the price. You look at the price of it and go, if it's not $300 or $400, you're just getting one pack. So you have to, unfortunately, pay attention to that skeezy bullshit, because I've seen those in the Walmarts and stuff, bro. So if you thought you were getting a full collector box, then I can understand why you'd be frustrated, right? But you got to bear in mind, when you see the price, that's going to be a dead giveaway. If you don't really know how collector boosters are priced and all that stuff, then you thought it was at least 2 or 3 packs. You got to read the packaging 100%. When it comes to Wizards of the Coast, you got to read the packaging. They're out to scam you. They're hoping, hey, whatever, man. Haha. So you got, bro. You got. That's rough. I didn't get to open any of the Time Spiral Remastered. So if it makes you feel any better, at least you're getting to enjoy some stuff that I never got to. Mountain Gem, the recent Phyrexian invasion was pointless. Correct. It didn't do anything. They had everybody turn into Phyrexians instantaneously, so easy, and then they just undid it like it didn't mean anything. Like, if you go and read on the main website the notes for Thunder Junction, it just says somehow Vraska was cured of being a Phyrexian. Like, that's on the official website, bro. What? One of the badass voice lines for Urza's avatar on Arena is, the Phyrexians corrupted my brother. All I killed was a monster. Come on, man. Oh, bro. When Magic 30 came out, I was so upset with Wizards that I didn't want anything to do with anything. And I stayed off Arena, and I didn't play in the Brothers War stuff. And I saw somebody with the Urza avatar recently, and I'm like, man, I wish I had played during that time frame. I really wish I could get that stuff. I'm hoping one day they put it in the store, and I'll spend my gold on it. I will buy the brothers wore like avatars and stuff, because that's so cool. Millmaster says nothing's actually a solution, only a trade-off. Yeah, a lot of times that's the case, bro. Oh, bro, I just broke my pen. I just snapped the thing. Oh. This is why I buy singles. Last one I got was Unlimited Wheel of Fortune. Oh, well, that makes sense. That makes sense, Xena Beanie. How did Jace get unphyrexified? Somehow. That's it. It's all somehow. They had 3 planeswalkers. Melira had to sacrifice her life to clean a few planeswalkers' sparks. And then everybody else just stopped being a Phyrexian. Nahiri had fucking spikes for arms, but she just pushed all the Phyrexian crap off of her. It's such lazy bullshit. It's such lazy garbage. And it's so frustrating as somebody who genuinely enjoys story and lore. But it's funny how they decided, oh no, Sheoldred was actually the big enemy of Norn. No, you set this up for years to be Urabrask, man. Urabrask, whatever. You set it up for years to be that. So yeah, they want us to be excited. Like, this whole big thing is going on. Oh wow, you guys should be super hyped, but they don't make it feel. They don't make it feel like what they're saying. They don't deliver on it. They tell you you're getting a sandwich, and then when you get it, inside it's just sawdust. And you're like, this is dry and crappy. Esoteric, I'm sick right now. I've got 3 drinks, bro. I've got peppermint tea. I got a bit of Kool-Aid. And fat mug of water. So yeah, the whole Urabrask thing was a big letdown. Just a big letdown. So it's pretty frustrating, because it looks like when they're designing the sets, there's a story and this stuff is going on. Not so much with Thunder Junction, let's be real, but like earlier sets, it felt like there's a story, and then they don't have the writer write that story. They want to tell a different story, and it makes no sense. It's completely illogical. Why would you not want to have it line up with the cards that you have here? Why are you directly contradicting the cards? Why are you telling us the world is empty and nobody is here, and then showing hordes of undead on a train when it's like, that's not possible. You told us nobody's here. So, I don't know, man. What up, Hunter? That's right, Esoteric. The story in Thunder Junction is the story of hats. Just the hats. Thunder Junction lore is what pushed me over the edge and made me say, I'm going back in time, man. Screw the new lore. I'm not interested in the new lore right now. I'm gonna mess about with old school lore. That's what I'm gonna do. So I'm covering the Thran storyline over on Fantasy Geographic now. That's the new plan. But if a new good story comes along, then I'll switch it back up and I'll include that too, you know? If they can bring something along the lines of the original Throne of Eldraine story, that was pretty decent. MG, the Cactus people did come from Thunder Junction. So Wizards wants to go, there's no native inhabitants, but also the Cactus people are native inhabitants, but they only became sentient when the Omen Pass showed up. That's fucking convenient, isn't it? Hey, shut up. Like, they want to do cactus babies and all this stuff, and they had it, but they just also were like, no, nobody lives here. Nobody lives here, so no one's getting their land taken. Jugglin, they didn't kill off Phyrexians at all. You kidding me? They put the entirety of Phyrexia. You know how Nicol Bolas went into the meditation realm? They put the entirety of Phyrexia into its own meditation realm. They had Zalfir come in and take the place of Phyrexia. and Phyrexia take the place of Zalfir. So when they want to trot out the Phyrexians again, they're just gonna. Chihuahua, correct. They're not subtle at all with the slush art. Ixalan dinosaurs that look like Zakama in the vault. The Ixalan Old Tech Matter Weaver in the vault. And in the written story, they say there's nothing in the vault but loot. There's nothing in the vault but this dumb, worthless, ugly piece of shit. This is the key to everything. This is what the heist is about. So Jason Vraska can have a fucking adopted baby. It aches my sack so hard. Oh yeah, have you not seen it, VT? They had this ready to go. Loot is you gotta understand as well. This loot reveal was supposed to happen in the aftermath set after Thunder Junction. So the big amazing thing we're supposed to find out in the Fallout story is, guess what? Ashiok was actually Jace, and he's looking for a baby for him and Vraska. And he's called Loot, the key to everything. Yeah, Hunter, the people who are excited about that. Wow, it's awesome to find out that Jace and Vraska were banging but couldn't conceive. It's like, any idiot can realize that. Why would you think that a fucking human and a freak show disgusting gross ass Gorgon could have a baby? Why not just fuck a wet bag of trash? You know? It's so dumb. It's so dumb. It's like, did you know that you can't fuck a pig and make a baby? Yeah. No, I know that. Humans can only make babies with humans. That's how that works. So I don't know if that's a surprise to anybody. But people fucking eat this garbage up. They eat this garbage up. Dwight, you're new to Magic? Has Magic always had these crazy stories with so many planeswalkers? No, bro. No. It is absolutely just a garbage cast grab, mascotism, and an attempt to try and emulate the Avengers. If you know what? Here, I'm going to do you a favor, buddy. I have a Magic the Gathering lore channel, and you can go and check it out. And if you go and check out the Brothers War storyline, that is old school, awesome Magic lore. Back when they wrote like genuinely enjoyable stories. They used to write good lore, and I want to be clear here. I'm not talking good lore like this is going to crush the Wheel of Time, or you know what I mean? Like, we're not talking like the Malorian or anything. But as far as fantasy stories go, pretty fucking good. Pretty enjoyable, and when you like Magic, it adds enough to make it really good for you. But I don't want to try and misrepresent this as like top tier fantasy lore. It's not. It's middle tier fantasy lore. But if you like Magic the Gathering, it's awesome. It's awesome. So the Brothers War covers Urza becoming a planeswalker, and then like the planeswalkers back then had god level powers. Like, they're insanely powerful. So Urza's basically like a mad god because he's driven crazy by the Phyrexians killing his brother, and he's obsessed with trying to save him. And the stuff that he does gets really, really wild. It's awesome. Awesome. So old school Magic lore was great. The new stuff is lazy crap. Joe, you love the Malorian? It's good stuff, man. It's good stuff. Magic lore was better when it was in novels. The further back you go, the better it gets, basically. And you can either find lore that centers around like a planeswalker, like one or two maybe, or you can even find lore that the planeswalkers are they're in the environment, and you can see the effect of the planeswalkers on the characters in the story, but none of the characters in the story are planeswalkers. Like Garth One Eye, for example, he ends up facing off against a planeswalker at the very end of the book and steals his power and becomes a planeswalker himself. But the Gull and Greensleeve storyline follows people who are, like, their lives are upended by planeswalkers and creatures that have been abandoned on different planes by planeswalkers that have lost their battles. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Shiner, I can't get excited about the Fomori because it's a new creation by Wizards, and they've shown that they have a hard time creating anything compelling now. You know? That's why I'm going back to the old school lore. I have fucking 70 novels. I have 70 novels up on this shelf. That's a lot of lore. Hey, what's up, Moogle? How you doodle, buddy? You showed up just at the end because we're done. It's time for me to get going. VT, you are Lord of the Board for this stream. Congratulations. You will be placed into the Box of Glory. And we're going to use a Thunder Junction card. So we're going to do this one right here. You're going to be on this card, buddy. So this live stream will be posted up on the stream archive after. So by, like, I don't know, about 10 hours from now, it should pop out if you guys want to check it out. All right. So it's time for me to go. Have a good one, my friends. I descend into the waters and I hope to get healthier. Take care of yourselves, my friends, and I'll see you again soon.